And just like that, we're back again with yet again another update on XRP. I wanted to kind of come and give you guys an update, before we end off the month of July. Of course, today is the last day of the month. I was unable to give you guys an update last night. So I wanted to kind of sit here, give you guys a little bit of an update as to, what's really happening and, my overall projections. This is only going to go over the price. We're not going to go over the news and stuff. I am going to be talking to you guys about, what's really happening right now and what I could be expecting going into the month of August. But shout out to you guys. If you have not subscribed, we're waiting for hit that red subscribe button. But if you're looking at the broader market, today was actually, quite a red day for the crypto markets, and that is all mean to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has pretty much been stagnant and actually, was retesting a very, very critical support line. If you watch my H-bar update that went live about 2 hours back, I, indicated how, we could drop below that range, which could cause altcoins to go down even more. Since then, a lot happened, but you know what? The most important thing is that today was the monthly candle close. We did close the monthly candle around $115,000, which is still not bad, but obviously a lot of people wanted to see it above 120. It is what it is, and of course, this week was massive. We had the FOMC meeting, interest rates were unchanged, and of course, that is also something we need to factor in. But on top of that, CPI numbers are also what a lot of people are discussing, whether or not we're going to see a rate cut. That's a lot of conversations that are coming up. I still personally believe September is going to see that rate cut that aligns us, for us to have, a great quarter three, late quarter three, and going into quarter four. But let's take a look at what's happening with the price of XRP right now. So if you're looking at the price, it's down about 4% right now in USD comparative, with the price currently sitting at $3, exactly at $3. It has gone up a little bit since then, but you can see we're sitting at $3 and down about 1.7% in BTC comparative. Now if you're looking at the valuation, $177.6 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 6.7 billion. We have seen a major amounts of liquidation occurring over the course of the last few hours to be exact, just mainly due to what Bitcoin was able to do. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So I want you guys to take a look at the dominance index. Of course, the dominance index is starting to show strength recently. Pretty much since July 28th, we have been in this upward trajectory, while BTC, on the other hand, has been showing, of course, weakness within its price, a lot of volatility. Like I stated, as we were entering this week, we were anticipating, market to see some shakiness, and that's exactly what ended up happening. But you can see this for yourself. BTC dropped below the $115,000, and look where we went down to. We went down to 114,200, and we were able to make our way back above the 115,000 very, very quickly. So I personally think, this could have been due to, a shakeout. Obviously these longs that were piling up, and that's part of the game, right? And this is why you want to stay away from leverage trading platforms. Not just the leverage trading platforms, but leverage trading in general, because during these times, your positions can really be wiped out. But pretty much, usually when it comes to the monthly candle close, you do tend to see market volatility on the day of, and I'm not surprised at all that we did see this happening. But if you're looking at BTC, making its way back above 115,000 very, very fast is quite interesting. But the important thing is you need to see the price of BTC making its way back above this key range. Most importantly, start pushing up to the likes of 116,000, and the 117,000 key resistance would be retested. After that, I think we can really reclaim the 120k range quite fast. But very, very important to remain above this range. If it's unable to do that, I expect dominance could start pushing up even higher, maybe start retesting this wick up to 62.5%, which is something that obviously I don't want to see, but that could become a reality, especially if Bitcoin is not able to hold around these levels. In a grand scheme of things, BTC, even if it were to push down to the likes of 112 or even $107,000, that's totally okay in my opinion for BTC, because Bitcoin has been on this upwards trend. So that's something I want you guys to keep in mind. And the month of July overall was quite a bullish month. and that's something a lot of people have already forgotten. But look at this, guys. I want you guys to understand how important this $3 range really was. Spoke to you guys about this in my last update, which is 2 days back, how, if we were to drop below the 309 cents mark, we could push down to the $3 range, and that's exactly what ended up happening. But look, we actually wicked down to $2.93, and look where we are right now. You cannot make this up. I kid you not. You cannot make this up. We actually were able to make our way back above the psychological level really, really fast. It is a major key resistance as well, but look how fast things really turned around. Due to BTC is the reason why altcoins reacted, and of course XRP is no exception. We came down to $2.92, but since then it's been an instant $3, 3% increase right away. But making our way back above the $3 range, which is very, very interesting. Of course, XRP is going to react to the price of BTC. If you think it's not going to, I hope you guys understand everything is correlated with BTC. Bitcoin is the king of the market, and that's why we focus on BTC every single day. But the fact that we're back above this 3 range, very, very interesting. But right now, in terms of being out of the wood just yet, we need to get a little bit more confirmation from BTC, and those are some of the levels that I've just spoken to you guys about. So we'll talk later tonight, after midnight. Usually that's when I make these updates, so I'll bring you guys a more full in-depth update, kind of going over the news and all that stuff. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.